My name is Sarah, and some of you know me as the Paris Quiz Mistress. I host trivia nights in Paris, and I'm a lifelong trivia addict. My obsession has led me to meet lots of cool and nerdy people from around the world, and this podcast is a chance to find out how my trivia pals got into this weird and wonderful world of quizzing, and why we continue to torture ourselves with it. So play along when we put our knowledge to the test and try to stump each other with our best zingers. Stay tuned for lots of trivia and nerdery. Let's geek out together. Sarah D.
Hi.
Hi, you're on the podcast.
Yay! I'm really excited to be here. For
I'm
real.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to have you here. Why don't you tell everyone who you are and how we know each other, and you can even get into our quizzing relationship.
Okay. I am a stand-up comedian. I'm American, and I've been living in Paris for almost 9 years. We met in DC, kind of. We're not sure of the origins, but we have a mutual friend, Molly Martinez. Shout out to Molly Martinez. And who is also a stand-up comedian, and she introduced us, and we met. She was like, hey, you guys are both funny. Also, you're both named Sarah. So what more do you need to know?
I mean...
And I had just moved to Paris, and I was like, I literally know no one, so this works for me in terms of a friendship.
I was in a similar situation. Just moved to Paris.
Yeah.
Didn't know a lot of people.
But Molly, that was a good, what's the word? It was like a solid background check, like a friend verifying.
Yeah, vetting.
Yeah, a vetting. That's it. It was a good vetting process.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I may have come to some of your first quizzes, if not the first, but I'm not sure when the first was.
Circa 2013.
I definitely was going to quizzes in 2013 because I remember when you were doing it on the Monday nights at, God, what was that place called?
McBride's.
Still McBride's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were doing it Monday night at McBride's, and I feel like it may have been the first one because my team won, and the bartender didn't know what to do, like RE prizes, and so he just gave us a bottle of vodka.
That used to be the prize.
With no mixers, like just a pure bottle of vodka. And
It was wild.
Yeah.
11 o'clock on a Monday night, here's your bottle of vodka.
And we drank it all.
Yeah, we did.
So I've been an OG quizzer because I started going to your quizzes when my sister lived in Paris, which was 2013.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
You guys were a strong team.
The Donnelly sisters are a strong team. My sister has a PhD, so that helps. My sister and I are also very competitive, and so we like to win. I'm a winner.
You're a winner, baby.
I'm a winner, baby.
Did you quiz at all, like pub quiz, before moving to Paris?
Actually, yes. Do you know this?
Tell me.
Do you know my sordid quiz past?
I'm about to find out.
You're about to find out. So I started quizzing like legitimate university in Northern Ireland pub quiz, uni pub quiz every Wednesday night.
Oh, okay. You weren't on, it wasn't like a university challenge. Like you weren't on a team with like buzzers and
No, this was because
public
universities in the UK have bars.
Yeah. Student union.
In the student union.
Yeah.
So this was just at the student union. That's a Northern Irish accent. So we go do the quiz because we had nothing else to do because we lived in a very small town in Coleraine, Northern Ireland. And so that's when I started quizzing.
Amazing.
And
how did you do there?
Well, so how did I do, like on the quiz?
Yeah.
So I was always the American ringer because there'd be some random U.S. pop culture or geography or history question, and I could always pull that one out.
You were the tiebreaker, basically.
I would be the tiebreaker. I'm good with music, so the music rounds were always good. But, there'd be like UK TV show stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. That's why you need a multicultural, diverse team. That's the key to success to win a pub quiz.
That's what I tell everyone who shows up at my quizzes. Yeah, no, I'm quite frustrated by whenever I've quizzed in the UK because it's just it's just knowledge that you don't have access to unless you grew up there.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is really inclusive. And one of the really interesting challenges of doing an English and French, mostly like franglais language, pub quiz in Paris for a really international crowd is finding what everyone could kind of have a chance at, or at least balancing if there are like hyper specific things, you know?
I think you do a great job with that.
Thank
and
you.
And I tell people about your quizzes because I'm like, it's not just all American, like, because you've definitely asked questions before about French culture, whatever, that I was like, I have no idea. That my husband like knew. You've asked some really good science questions again that I had no idea about. I was like, and my husband's an engineer, so I'm like,
yeah,
I'm good with Kardashians. So
no, that's why you need to like curate your team, you know?
Yeah.
So when you transitioned from DC to Paris with your stand-up, what was that like, trying to like internationalize your show and your content? And
I felt, well, one, when I came here, I hadn't been doing stand-up actively for about a year, maybe even a little more. So I felt like my jokes weren't authentic to me anymore. But I also, even if I had wanted to do them, I think I would have had the same problem as you, which is like, this is too American. And when comics come through from the US, you know, someone they'll tell jokes about New York and people are just like, we have no idea. Like, this is too inside baseball. We don't get it. So definitely, it's hard to be general and specific at the same time.
yeah, because comedy is both of those things.
Yeah, very much in the details, but you need to be relatable. I think over time, my stand-up has definitely been honed for a French audience or an audience living in France, whether they're French or not.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the opportunity to perform in other countries, and that's like going back and performing in the U.S. and like having to readjust. Because I'm very much made for France now.
Yeah,
and,
you built your brand around it.
Yeah, and I'm glad I've had the opportunities to perform in other countries. It's been really interesting learning experience. I got paid to do it a few times, which is really cool.
What I always really liked about the stand-up shows that you do is that the audience is kind of coming from everywhere because, you know, they're English language shows and, you know, most French people living in Paris, you know, who have a certain level of education will enjoy an English show, but also like tons of people from everywhere just passing through don't necessarily speak French, but like you got, you know, Brazilians, like Romanians, and just folks from all over the map coming to your shows and enjoying it because it's just it's a nice accessible night out for whoever.
Yeah, like I don't speak French well enough to go sit in a show in French, but I do speak English fluently, and that's why I'm here for business or I'm traveling, and this is something I can see. Yeah, I definitely like that about my audiences. People are always really surprised when I say it's not majority American. Like I'd say most of the audience is French, like 50% French, 30% other, and then maybe 20% is Anglophone. Like that's a good night.
Honestly, my quizzes are exactly the same.
Cool.
Yeah. I usually like very consistently half French, half international, but you know, international folks who want to get, you know, make local connections, whether or not they're passing through or have just moved here or have lived here for a long time. And French people that have a sort of international lens because they're coming to a pub quiz and
in English.
Yeah. In franglais. So no, I think, you know, we're bringing our entertainment to the people. Really.
Hey, all right. Are we going to quiz?
I would really like it if you could quiz me. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited about this quiz. I've been listening to the podcast, so I was really inspired. I think everyone's done a really good job with the questions. I feel like the bar was set very high. So I hope these are good. All right, let's do it.
Amazing.
Okay. First question. The first time we officially hung out in Paris was in October 2012, and we met at what metro stop?
Wait, this is just a quiz about our lives?
No, it's the pre-quiz. Okay. There's double questions. Sorry. There's double. Hold on. I should have told you. There's like an entry question to get you on the path of the real question.
So other people can listen to this. And
Oh my God. I can't believe.
Well, you know.
Girl.
Okay, wait, no.
Okay.
But so just for everyone listening, there's no clue in that question that anyone else could get this.
No, this is between you and me, but it is the appetizer. It is the amuse-bouche. This is to whet your appetite for the real question, which is coming soon.
I believe we met up at Saint Paul.
Yes, we met at Saint Paul.
Wow.
So, now, what I would like you to do for your real question is name 5 Parisian metro stations that are named after saints, excluding Saint Paul.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I like this. Okay. Now I don't know any. Sainte-Chapelle?
Yes. I said yes. I have no idea. I need to look at my answers. I was like, yes. Yeah, because I said yes, and I'm like, no, that's not a metro.
Yes, it is.
No.
Oh, it's La Chapelle.
Yeah.
Sainte-Chapelle is the...
Yeah,
shit.
See? That's why I was like, yes. And I was like, wait, no. Okay.
Okay, Saint-Georges.
Yes.
That's very cute.
Yes, I know that one. Okay, that's one.
Oh my God, there must be so many.
There's 17 to 18, depending on how you slice it. So,
I don't take the metro anymore, you know.
I know. Okay,
and I'm just thinking of Saint-Ambroise.
Yes, I was just going to say.
Where I live.
Where you live. Okay, good. 2.
Okay, Saint-Georges, Saint-Ambroise, Saint-Sulpice. Yes. On line 4, I used to babysit there.
Correct.
I think that there's another one right after Saint-Sulpice that is a Saint. What would that be? There's like a hyphenated one.
There's a few.
I know. I know. Like.
No, but like with more hyphens.
Oh, a few hyphens. Oh, it's like there's like Saint-Xavier du something. François Xavier?
Yes.
Is it Saint François Xavier?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yes.
So
okay.
That's 4. You have one.
That
more.
was on the line 10 that I used to take.
13, but that's fine.
Because I lived in the 16th, but then I went to university in Saint Denis.
And
Saint Denis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, we made it.
We're so steeped in Christianity over here.
So let me reach you all of them.
Okay, please.
Saint-Ambroise, Saint-Augustin, Saint-Denis, Porte de Paris, and there's Saint-Denis University.
Yes.
So if you consider those 2 different ones, that's 18. Otherwise, there's 17.
It was how many saints? Was it how many metro stops or how many saints?
I said name 5 metro stops.
Okay,
I said
so you could do the same. Okay.
Yeah.
That would have counted. But it would have been a bit cheeky.
I was trying to keep it. I was trying to give you lots of room to be successful, which we got there. Saint-Fargeau, Saint-François Xavier, Saint-Georges, Saint-Germain-des-Prés, Saint-Jacques.
That's cool. Saint-Jacques, of course, Saint-Jacques.
Saint-Lazare.
Saint-Lazare.
Saint-Mandé.
Saint-Mandé, yep.
Saint-Marcel, Saint-Michel, Saint-Ouen, Saint-Paul. We've already done.
Oh my God, all of the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Saint-Michel.
Saint-Philippe de Roule.
I used to babysit near there too.
Saint-Placide.
Oh, Saint-Placide is the one that's next to Saint-Sulpice.
Yeah. Saint-Sébastien-Forcer et Saint-Sulpice.
And that's right near me too. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot.
There are a lot.
Okay.
We love a saint.
We love a saint. Next question.
Amazing.
Okay. So again, this has the amuse-bouche question.
Okay, yes.
So
this is a do re mi question.
And then we slide into, the real question. So the first time we unofficially met was at an open mic at which U Street bar in Washington, D.C.?
Okay, wait. So I get these mixed up because there's one in Paris with a similar name. But I believe that the U Street one is called Sully's?
Yes.
Okay. Not to be confused with Stollies.
Oh, yeah, that's very similar. So Solly's, just next door at 1200 U Street, is the True Reformer building, which has a mural of which famed DC-born jazz musician?
Oh, I do know this one because it's right next to the bridge that's also named for this person. I believe. Is it Duke Ellington?
Yes.
Amazing.
Duke Ellington was born April 29th, 1899. at his grandparents' house in Ward Place Northwest, which I looked on the map, very small street by DuPont Circle, and he grew up in the... I'm not going to pronounce this right now because I want to pronounce it French. He grew up in the Ledroit Park neighborhood. Ledroit, sorry. At just the French, I was like, Ledroit Park.
L'Enfant Plaza?
Yeah. So that's some DC histoire.
Thank you. That was good.
Okay, next question. This has a comedy theme.
Ooh.
So, Tiffany Haddish recently won the 2021 Grammy for Best Comedy Album for her stand-up special, Black Mitzvah. It's only the second time a black woman has won in that category. The first was in 1986. Who is that comedian?
I mean, it has to be the EGOT herself. Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah!
Beautiful.
By the way, only 4 women have ever won Best Comedy Album individually.
Kathy Griffin?
Yes. And then we just know it's Tiffany and
Whoopi.
And Whoopi, and there's one more.
Oh, Joan Rivers?
No. Isn't that sad? It's Lily Tomlin won it in 1972.
Lily Tomlin's a comedian?
Yeah.
I thought she was just an actress.
Alabaz. And then there's 2 other women who have won with their male partners. And one was like Elaine May, and I forget, she had like a partner. She won in the 60s, and I forget the other one. So anyways, we're not surprised that only 4 women have won, but we're surprised but not surprised. So the Grammys...
I mean, I think all of these awards are becoming sort of less and less relevant as they are less and less in touch, because the people that are voting for them they're all old white men.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I even, in researching this question, like 3 years ago, not even one woman was nominated. The year that Nanette came out, no nomination. So it's
typical.
Like, okay, guys.
Yeah. So it does, but it's a shame, but it matters less and less, I think.
Matters less and less, but do better. All right, we're coming close to the end of my questions.
My goodness.
Do you say thank goodness or
I said my goodness?
Oh, I was like, excuse me?
No, this is great. I'm having fun.
Okay, good.
I feel very special.
All right. On May 12th, 1857, this Parisian artist applied for her cross-dressing permit. What is her name?
So I do believe that this is my moment of redemption, because there was a question about this artist. If it's not her, I'm going to be quite upset. But there was a question about this artist that I missed in my online trivia league, and it was extremely upsetting because she is a Parisian queer butch icon.
Yes, she is.
Whom we worship every Thursday night at Bouchimmel.
Okay, girl. I preach. My hand is up.
This has to be Rosa Bonheur.
Yes.
She just needed pants so she could paint some nice cows and chickens.
Yeah. But it was literally called like the cross-dressing permit.
Oh, I think they had... I mean, I didn't know that you needed a permit, but I mean, there were definitely anti-cross-dressing laws pretty much everywhere.
Well, in November 17th, 1800 is when the law went into effect.
Yeah, gender policing.
That women could not wear pants. And then you had to apply for a special permit to wear pants. And so she did. By the way, the law was modified in 1892 and 1909. If you were a woman, you could wear trousers if you were holding a bicycle handlebar or the reins of a horse.
Wow. Progress.
Okay. So this is not my final question. So follow-up question. That law was on the books for a very long time. What year did they finally strike this law off of the books in Paris?
That women could wear...
That it was no longer illegal for women to wear...
each leg.
Yeah.
With no exceptions, no bicycle clause or
no bicycle or horse clauses. That Paris was like, you know what, women can wear pants. I'm gonna say
trick question, and it is still a law.
No.
Then I don't know.
It wasn't until 2013.
That
they were like, yeah, we're gonna strike this down officially now.
2013.
2013.
I was living on the edge for a number of years.
Yeah, we were breaking the law. our first friend date, we were definitely being illicit.
Yeah. Wow.
And quote unquote cross-dressing, as they called it. Yeah, I wanted to find, they actually have the permit on the wall in the Rosa Bonheur and Bout Charmant.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if it's an original. Probably not the original.
Probably not an original. That place gets messy.
Yeah. But yeah, and anyways, so I want to check that out. Okay.
So just for the non-Parisians among us,
Yes.
there's one, and now there's like I think there are 3 bars called Rosa Bonheur.
Right. And the first one's in the Bout Charmant.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know was like this. And she is a very celebrated artist in her own right. Like aside from being like a pants-wearing female, like queer icon, people were just like, she got the Legion of Honor. Like France was like, oh my God, her paintings are amazing.
She does good, you know, it's mostly farm
livestock.
scenes. Yeah,
really
livestock.
into those cows. And the final question. This question will be a tough one. My comedy wife that I do literally everything with and everything I write, she lays eyes on, said it was too hard. But it's a bonus question, so we're going to see. This is another feminine icon of Paris. She is known as the Red Virgin of Montmartre, the Red She-Wolf, the Grande Dame of Anarchy. She also used the pseudonym Clémence. But what is her real name?
Oh, it's not Michou, is it?
Who?
Can you give me a hint?
She has a metro station named after her. Also,
Ooh.
the local.
There are so few metro stations named after women.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks.
No, because she's French and commune. This is like the late 19th century, and I'm just going to tell you, it's Louise Michel.
Louise Michel. Oh, now I know.
So now
CIL.
you know.
Yeah.
And I brought for us some Louise Michel Vive la Commune beers from the Panem Brewing Company.
Oh, I'm so excited. Wow. A themed
themed drink.
beverage.
So in my neighborhood, the 20th, we're all about Louise Michel. That's my local library.
Oh, good.
There's 2 bookstores. Actually, the one that you go to, they have like a whole display on right now, like Vive la Commune, Louise Michel.
Okay.
She's very interesting. So I was researching her for this question. She was a teacher by trade, and that's kind of how she started getting involved in the commune life. She, in one of like the uprisings, she was waving a black flag. So that's one of the reasons why they think anarchists like black flags. The French government, they were like, we want to put her in jail. We don't want to kill her because then we'll make her a martyr. We're going to have more problems with these people. So they actually sent her to New Caledonia.
Oh, wow.
It took 4 months to get there.
Yeah.
And basically, they just dropped you off the boat and they're like, bye, good luck.
Yeah.
That was it. And when she was there for 8 years. She started teaching the colonists there and the local people, was like organizing them. And then somehow she got excused and she got the right to come back to France. And she died in Marseille, but she's buried in Levallois, and that's where her metro station is.
Louise Michel. That's why.
And there's actually photographs of her too. So
very cool.
And I mean, that's a pretty badass name. Hold on. Her name's the Red She-Wolf and the Grande Dame of Anarchy.
Yeah.
That's like punk rock.
All right. Awesome.
Great job.
Thank you. Great job.
Oh.
So, as I did not want to step on your very dainty quiz toes, I decided to take my quiz in a completely different direction.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Okay.
If you do bad, then it's my fault.
Oh, and I hate doing bad.
So, what I have done is, as you are a comedienne, actrice that has built your brand around being an American in Paris.
Yes.
You are not the first one to do this, sweetheart.
I am aware.
This is a long-standing tradition.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I have taken a number of authors and their works that they are all famous for having been Americans in Paris at some point.
Okay.
Or in France, mostly Paris. And I have gone on Amazon and I have found 1-star reviews for these books.
I think I know where we're going, and I am very excited about this.
So I'm just going to read the 1-star review, and you just have to identify the author and the work.
Okay. This sounds really cool, but literature is not my strong suit. So I hope I can lean on my, Parisian knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know whose foundation you are building upon. So
Yes. I have a few names pop to mind.
you must have benchmarked this space.
I know. Yeah. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm getting nervous now. Okay. Ask me. Let's go. Let's go for it.
Okay. No, it's going to be fine. So, so Amazon reviews, they have it.
Yes.
You have to pick a title. And then you do the review. Okay.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to try to do a dramatic reading because they're quite dramatic. This is your first clue. So identify the work of literature and the author by this 1-star Amazon review. Why is this a classic? Okay. I grew up hearing about blank, but somehow never had to read it in an English course. I finally read it after college, and I'm confused as to why it is a classic. It's an easy read, but that's the only positive thing I can say about it. I have to assume that anyone who has a blank-themed party never finished the book. It's an awful and depressing story with no redeeming qualities. And don't forget the drunk driving. PFFT.
Don't forget the drunk driving. PFFT.
Something you might have a theme party about.
Okay. Well, what am I thinking? I'm thinking of a classic you may have read in English class. So I'm going to guess this isn't Ernest Hemingway.
Not time yet.
Okay.
Hang on to that one.
Okay. Then, oh God. Okay. Then I need some more clues.
It's you've definitely read it in an English class. It was a movie directed by Baz Luhrmann that I didn't see, but that was when all the theme parties sort of came back. 1920s, sort of.
The Great Gatsby?
Yes.
But wait, how is this Paris themed? I'm so
He lived
confused.
in Paris. F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So okay.
You get it now.
I'm getting it now. Because
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought that because I was really deeply honing in on just Paris.
So authors that are kind of
they're
Americans in Paris.
Americans in Paris.
Parisian
they've written-
Americans.
But the books might not be.
They might not
Okay.
be.
Thank you for that.
But they might
hand-holding.
be.
But they might be. But they might not be. Okay. Good to know. So now I can broaden my horizon. Okay. Drunk. Well, I actually thought drunk driving, and I thought F. Scott Fitzgerald because apparently him and Zelda would drive all over France just wasted and chugging bottles of wine and whatnot.
Didn't everyone though?
I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe I just know that from Midnight in Paris, which is a fictional movie.
Which is how we know most things.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving right along.
Wait, did I get the first one? Yeah.
Yeah.
With a nice mom helped me.
The PQM is here for you.
Okay.
Next. Boring, boring, boring is the title of this one.
Okay.
This is the most depressing novel I've read in recent memory. A bunch of drunken louts wandering about doing much of nothing. The photos in the hard copy belie the narrative.
Why
Blank.
is this person writing like it's the 19th century? Wow.
Ye olde Amazon.
Yeah. They found this on a scroll under the first Amazon bookstore. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to break the rhythm, but I was just like, who writes like this?
I know I picked these ones because they're gems. Blank must not have had much competition back then. Waste of time and money.
Okay, so a classic. I'm going to have to go. Is it Ernest Hemingway?
This is Ernest Hemingway. This is
this
the time.
A Movable Feast?
It is not A Movable Feast.
What? Because the French title of that is Paree est une fête. That's the French title. So still giving wrong information, but just saying.
You do know things. This would be The Sun Also Rises.
Oh, Spain.
I haven't read it.
It takes place in Spain. I read that. I say that very confidently, and then I'm like,
Now you're like,
maybe I just read the Cliff Notes.
I'll consult our fact-checking
department. I read it in high school. It wasn't boring. I liked Hemingway. Moving on.
Next.
I'm going to need that beer, that Louis Michel beer.
So the title of this review is Infuriating.
How I feel about this quiz.
Yeah, I'm tracking your mood. I reread Blank recently after having read it about 50 years ago. I now understand one of the reasons why I had such trouble accepting my homosexuality in my teens and early 20s. Then the book depressed me. During the second reading, I was furious. The number of times that I wanted to throw Blank against the wall, but reading it as an ebook prevented that. The novel reeks of self-loathing. Every gay character in the book belongs in a freak show. Blank is said to be an excellent writer, but I didn't have enough emotional distance from this extremely distasteful story to be able to see this. I seriously don't understand the rave reviews, and I don't know anyone to whom I would recommend this book.
To whom I would recommend this book?
To whomst?
James Baldwin?
Yay!
Oh
you
my
got
God!
it!
I Am Not Your Negro?
No, this one is Giovanni's Room.
Okay. See, I know James Baldwin and I know I Am Not Your Negro, and that's the only James Baldwin book I know.
The title of this review is Oh, for Crying Out Loud.
Okay.
This book is just one big eye roll. It's boring, wordy, and unresearched. She reeks of a privileged Manhattanite, and her research is based on what seems like her own limited life experience. I think she was trying to be witty and funny, but ended up sounding really whiny and sad. If you're looking for an interesting insight on how different countries and cultures raise kids, this is not it.
Pamela Druckerman bringing up Bebe.
Bringing up Bebe!
Which before the last part was a great clue, but I got it before then. Yeah. I was like, did I write that review? No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade.
Someone give Sarah a book deal.
Yes.
It's going to do it better.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk about your relationship with this book?
I wrote a show called Becoming Maman, kind of in an angry-ish response to this book, because I was like, who is this woman thinking that she can talk about what it's like to have a French baby when her husband is Dutch or English? They're in France. But yeah, no, I have to be fair. I met her. She was very nice. She came to the show. Then she probably listened to the first episode of my now defunct podcast and was like, oh, these bitches are so rude. But yeah, we were kind of like...
I mean, she invented the niche that you partially
that I have crawled into and can't and realized, oh, there's no one here. Okay, got to get out of this. And she's in Paris, and she's, a successful author and journalist. And I am failing at a quiz. So, everyone's different. But Amber, my writing partner, comedy wife, we basically were like, we can tell this story of what it's like to raise a French kid when you're not French with a little bit more humor. And we made it to a show. And Sarah kept coming, and she kept bringing all these people who were like, we don't know what we're here to watch, but it's definitely not targeted for us. But they were all very complimentary. And so thank you to anyone who's seen the show. Oh my God.
Okay, wait.
I finally got one.
You did. You've gotten all of them.
I like strolling in there with the right answer.
There's two more. Okay. And they're going to be breezy.
I don't know any other authors. Like, I'm maxed out.
Next one. Such a stupid thing to consider that French people do everything better. I'm a French girl, and I refused to eat everything when I was a child. These books saying that French people are doing better than American people are just a marketing strategy.
This could also be a review for Bringing Up Bebe. Oh, is this that book, French Women Don't Get Fat?
Similar. It's another parenting one.
There's another parenting book?
There's so many.
About French parents?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't know.
French kids eat everything.
Is this also Pamela Druckerman?
No. It's Karen Lebion.
Oh, yes. Okay.
You must have come across this.
I have come across this because there is a slew of like French parenting books written by French women in English. There's only one going the other way around, which is Druckerman. She's the only American.
Oh, so this Karen.
That Karen.
This Karen is French.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And trying to teach Americans.
Yes.
French people are better.
Which they are.
I mean, yeah. Sure. I can't.
JK. Everyone follow me on Instagram. It's all a big joke. I love everyone.
You do.
I do.
But we can laugh. We can laugh at the goûter being like 8 slices of white bread with Nutella.
This is what people... So I have talked extensively about the goûter. Like, French people do not snack, but when they do, there's no holds barred. Like, when they snack, they're like, oh, here's a kale chip. No, motherfucker. Oh, can you say motherfucker? Okay. They're like, no, motherfucker. We're making a chocolate sandwich. It's like... that. Whoever thought that in France, they're like, okay, you need a piece of bread, you're going to butter it up, and you're going to put like a bar of chocolate.
Oh, a literal chocolate sandwich.
A literal chocolate
I
sandwich.
don't hang enough around. I don't hang out with kids, but yeah, these are things.
Have you? It is delicious.
Have you the chocolate, the Nutella paninis? You can just go to like a panini and just get a Nutella panini, and like everyone at university used to like just have those at 4:00.
Yeah. That's the thing. They don't snack, but when they do, they go all the way.
It's just sugar. It's just sweet.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no healthy snack.
Give me a chip.
They're like, yeah, it is just sugar. Like, they make, basically it's like the French version of the handy snack. Do you remember the handy snacks? Like the orange cheese with the 4 crackers and the red stick?
Yeah, the red stick.
Okay. So the French version, there's like the kiri. And it's like...
Yeah. Oh, that's tasty, though.
It is tasty.
It's
so
cream cheese.
Yeah.
It's good cream cheese.
So there's like the cream cheese, like the kiri, and then there's like 4 breadsticks you dip in. And sometimes I give my daughter that. And like one of the other parents even... remarqué. They were like, oh... Like,
you're not giving your kid a chocolate sandwich?
It wasn't in a snobby way. It was just like, oh, I've never considered that could be a snack.
Because it's not sugary.
Right.
That's very
it's not
funny.
A chocolate sandwich.
Yeah, that's very funny.
My daughter...
Yeah, but they're made... Who are they made for if they're not made for kids having snacks?
I mean, kids do eat them as snacks. I mean, obviously kids snack here, like, you know, but yeah. Well, as we know, French people, when it comes to food, there's meals. So it couldn't just be a snack. It's a goûter.
Well, I wonder if the goûter is inscribed in the UNESCO... like cultural heritage, because you know how the French meal is like a UNESCO intangible heritage.
I did not know that,
but I wonder if goûter is inscribed in the patrimoine.
It should be. The goûter and the apéro dînatoire are the best meals.
Okay, this one, the title is "Falls Flat and Fails to Amuse."
FFF, what alliteration!
The book was billed as a comedy. I'm not sure what's funny about it. The book has no point. It reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. It seems to be a diatribe of actual or perceived childhood social injuries that some might find amusing. While I normally love to read amusing memoirs, this book just falls flat from the very beginning. His inattention to timelines leaves the reader confused as to actually when it is. I won't be reading anything else from this author.
Well... it's a man.
This one, I would say probably more than any of them, you and me would disagree with this review.
We would disagree with this review. Okay, because I had an idea of who I thought it was, but...
who did you think?
Well, not that I had the same feelings, but I thought it was like, oh, Stephen Clark, A Year in the Married, but Stephen Clark is English. So now that you said that you disagree, is it David Sedaris?
Yes.
What? How do they not love him?
I know.
False. And did you know David Sedaris is from my hometown, Raleigh, North Carolina?
I did know that, which is why I decided to finish us off. Happy ending.
But what book is it?
Well, you tell me.
All his book titles are so confusing. I don't know.
They are all really confusing.
Like they all are just like, here's 6 words strung together.
Yeah.
Like
this one he did talk a lot about Paris, probably more than the other ones, because then he talks kind of about Normandy, and then he moves to London, then he moves to the British.
Yeah, I don't actually think I've read this book, which is why it's not Me Talk Pretty One Day. It's not Dress Your Family. It is. It's Me Talk Pretty One Day.
Me Talk Pretty One Day.
I've read that. Okay, see, this is the problem again. I don't read, but when I do, I immediately forget what I've read.
Sure aren't going to remember it.
No, because I'm like, it certainly couldn't be this book. You're like, it is 100% this book.
You did very well.
I don't think very well.
You did commendably.
I'm a Virgo. I have very high standards. So the fact I didn't get a perfect score confidently upsets me.
Well, we're gonna have to live in that discomfort, Sarah.
Living in the discomfort is part of the journey, and I'm also working on my perfectionism, and it's a problem. Perfectionism comes from white supremacy.
We're dismantling it. We're doing our darndest.
I really am.
Please nobody congratulate us.
No.
Please do not congratulate us.
No, absolutely not. But after this, they won't.
No, there's no risk of that.
Absolutely not.
Sarah, what do you have to plug for us?
Oh my goodness. You can follow me on Instagram at Sarah D Comedy. Then, once you've done that, click on my link in bio to head over to my YouTube channel, which is called Sarah and Amber.
Oh, yes.
And
very good.
We have Emily in Paris reviews, like reaction videos, and we'll be having more for season 2, among other videos about Paris and our life and comedy. Those are my 2 main places. You can also, if you are learning English and you want to do some more of that, you can go to Audible and download my series, God Save My English. Seasons 1 and 2 are out now. Season 3 coming soon.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
And may I add, I have listened to all of season 1 in about a day. I'm always learning English, right? But I'm not like necessarily the target audience. It's very, very entertaining.
Thank you.
I really like it.
That was kind of the goal, that it's between me and fellow comedian Paul Taylor, and I'm kind of teaching Paul about the English language, but he's English. So we talk about cultural differences. We talk about why people make mistakes in French. And so it's kind of layered, like etymology, language, vocabulary. There's a lot mixed in there.
It's fun. Thank
you.
And it's useful. It's like,
And it's short. It's 20 minutes an episode. So
buy a drink, have a flirt. Like, it's like useful stuff. It's not just, Brian is in the kitchen.
No, we tried to make it, more how people actually talk.
Yeah.
And not like the stuff that your English teachers wouldn't really teach you.
Good. Yeah. So God Save My English on Audible.
Yep.
Sarah D Comedy on Instagram,
Facebook, my website.
Sarah D Comedy.
Sarah D Comedy.
You cornered the market on that Sarah D Comedy handle.
That's me, Sarah D, because if you were born in America in the 80s.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being an excellent sport and a very good quizzer, despite your perfectionism.
She's really trying to butter me up now.
I'm going to put some butter on you. I'm going to put some chocolate on you. I'm going to eat you at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
That is all for this episode. If you want more trivia from me, you can follow Paris Quiz Mistress on Instagram or Facebook. You can also sign up for my newsletter. You can come play along with one of my live quizzes, either virtually or at the pub, whichever the current moment calls for. And until next time, stay nerdy and keep quizzing.